Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2021 general readings. We're looking at August 1st through the 15th, the first 2 weeks of August, and this reading is for the water sign of Scorpio. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to watch this and any of the videos on my YouTube channel. For all your likes, your shares, hitting that subscribe button, donations, feedback, comments, reaching out for personal readings, all welcome. Thank you so much. So this reading is for Scorpio for the first 2 weeks of August 2021. If your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Scorpio, it's relevant if you're cross-watching for a Scorpio. Of course, it's a general reading, so it's going to resonate a little differently for everyone. Make sure to watch all of your signs for additional insight if you know them. And if you find that this does resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, maybe take a deeper look at something for yourself or as a gift for someone else, you can click on the little arrow below, that description link for contact details. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me directly. I can usually respond within the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings. And I do readings full time. It's all that I do. So I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling. So send me a message if you're interested. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what's in store for you for the first 2 weeks of August 2021. Scorpio. I am using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with the Radiant Rider-Waite. Okay, Scorpio. Wow. Your sister sign Cancer, I believe, began with this too. We start with the World. Followed by Judgment. Wow. The Six of Coins. Followed by the Star. The Devil, followed by the King of Wands, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Some unhealthy cycle around this person. It's showing up as a king, but it's a general reading, so it could be a female as well. And from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the first 2 weeks of August is the Three of Wands. So this is a hopeful card in terms of your overall energy. This is this is actually starting to see some of your efforts paying off. Seeing small goals being met on the path to achieving a larger goal. Watching those ships comes in and waiting for what's on those ships and feeling quite hopeful and positive and optimistic about your future. There is an opportunity here, perhaps you're already in the midst of this, to make a significant life choice that could really change your life trajectory, the path that your life is going. If you choose to take a new road, if you choose to stay in whatever the situation is, of course, pretty much nothing will change. Things will continue as they are. But as they are doesn't look too great, because as they are or have been, is the Devil card, which is unhealthy cycles, right? So there's an opportunity here with Judgment, which is clarifying the World, right? So the World is a card of graduation, of bringing a major, significant cycle to an end, leveling up, moving on, graduating to a whole new landscape, a whole new realm of possibilities, because this is the last major arcana card in the tarot. And then we begin with the Fool again, who's the first major arcana card. He has the 0 on his card because you're starting off a brand new journey, stepping off the beaten path, right? So with Judgment represents being at that crossroads where what you choose to do or say could have a significant and profound effect. If you choose to do something different this time than what you have, it represents a form of graduation, leveling up and moving on into just a whole new area of life here. It looks like you've put some of the effort into doing this, and it's kind of, now it's about, okay, it's actually about doing it. We have the Six of Coins, sometimes considered the breadcrumb card. It's a card of giving and receiving. It can represent giving and receiving of something, a gift or something else. It can represent you need to pay more attention to the balance of giving and receiving in your life. which is sometimes why it's called the breadcrumb card, because whatever deck you use, it usually has some representation of somebody who's in a generous position, philanthropic. They have a lot of wealth or a lot to give, whether it's financially, materially, emotionally, or some combination of that. But they're only giving a little bit. So, breadcrumbs. And it's right next to the devil card. So whatever this unhealthy cycle has been, the Six of Coins means that somebody's always in the position of asking or begging or being in need. Now we have with it the Star card, which is a card of renewed and restored hope, faith, and optimism, which usually in the tarot comes after the Tower, after there's been some kind of big unexpected event or destruction or breakdown of something. It feels like there's an opportunity here, and perhaps something has already ended or is in the process of coming to an end, but you haven't made those last final action-oriented steps to finalize this yet. Is perhaps what this is for some of you. And then we have the Devil and the King of Wands. So the Devil represents unhealthy cycles. It's a card that shows up often for addiction, toxic relationships, but there's an element of temptation in it, because the devil represents entrapment and enslavement through temptation, through something alluring. So, which is why this is often a card that shows up for addictions, because we become addicted or obsessive with something, too much energy in one area. It could be conventional addictions like drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, shopping, working, whatever it is. But it's obsessive to the point that it's unhealthy for you and it's unhealthy for everybody around you. But yet there's something in it that, we keep getting drawn back into, this unhealthy cycle. And what clarifies it is the King of Wands. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Could be a relationship with somebody or what they represent. It could be an addiction to a certain type of person. So for those of you who've had perhaps a history of unsuccessful relationships, you might want to take a look at exploring, investing or dating people that are perhaps different than maybe, somebody who manifests like the King of Wands, very fiery and feisty and ambitious, but perhaps a little too much of a roller coaster ride. Doesn't mean, don't go for fire signs. I don't buy into this whole thing of, oh, this particular elemental sign would be bad for you. Anyone can make a great partner, including you. But it's a question of perhaps some of you, you might want to examine the type of people you've been historically drawn to and why. And what the reality of being in those kind of relationships have been like for you. But it looks like I get the indication here, Scorpio, that this is post-Tower card energy, like whatever's happened in the last 6 months, year, even couple of years. This is kind of like a recovery. You've put a lot of work into making some changes and dealing with whatever's happened before. You're starting to see things kind of coming together. Still kind of early days, but you're starting to see things come together. But here, at this particular period of time, you have, and probably for a little time after that, you have the opportunity to really cement this completion energy here, and perhaps bring an end to toxic negative cycles of an imbalance of giving and receiving in your life, whether you're the one that's always on the beggar end or whether you're always the one on the other end, not giving enough or in a balanced way. Let's clarify a little bit. Clarify the Three of Wands. The Two of Swords and the Four of Cups. Yeah. The Two of Swords is a card of, here I think it's saying no to something, not looking at something, not making a decision or a choice to accept something, accept an offer. I mean, because we have this toxic negative cycle here with the Devil and the King of Wands, perhaps it's a specific individual that has come back to, make another offer or invite you or tempt you in some way to get back on the merry-go-round. But, you've put really quite a bit of work into preparing for the next stage of your life, a new future. And you're not really interested in whatever's on offer here because of the work that you've already done. But I feel like the last kind of final steps still need to happen here. Let's clarify the world. I think you have an opportunity here to end a cycle of negativity in your life once and for all. The world can be a card of travel, of movement too. So it could be you have an opportunity to physically leave stuff behind. We have death. We're clarifying the world here. We have death. The devil again. And strength. Yeah. So the world is the card of a major significant cycle of your life coming to an end. There's a choice here to do that, to leave it behind once and for all. We're clarifying what that is. The devil, death, and strength. Yeah. Facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, struggling with, coming to terms with your responsibility in past negative toxic cycles, and facing that and being able to overcome it and put it behind you like once and for all. Let's clarify the Six of Coins, the traditional breadcrumb card. Or, it's about paying attention to the balance of giving and receiving in your life. Are you giving too much without receiving enough in return? Are you not giving enough when other people are giving more to you? There's, hope of overcoming this here. The Five of Pentacles. Yeah. You see, the Six of Coins is technically a card of giving, but the Five of Coins is insufficiency and lack. Basically being in beggar mode. Again, it depends on which side of this you're on. The Devil card, this is a general reading. So whatever this negative cycle is, it could be anything. It could be literal addiction, addiction to substances, addicted to certain kinds of relationships, addicted to certain types of people, meaning, compulsively drawn to them. It could be addicted to overspending. I feel like there's two opportunities here. One is healthy and one is not. The healthy one, represented by the world and judgment, is you can leave this all behind once and for all. There's something that will probably tempt you not to. Clarify the devil. The Eight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So this is leaving behind the illusion. The Seven of Cups, sorry, the Eight of Cups. The Seven of Cups is a card of dreaming, which we all need to do. All of our goals start with ideas and dreams in our head. And this is all about fantasizing and building castles in the sky and looking at only the best and most beautiful of what something could be. It's not a realistic card. And the Eight of Cups is a card of leaving behind that which you find unfulfilling so you can go off in search of your Nine of Cups, which is wish fulfillment and abundance. Here, you're leaving something behind because it's not your wish fulfillment. It may have looked like that at the beginning, but it isn't. So you're turning your back and you're leaving the illusions behind, and you're also leaving to, what we're doing is we're clarifying what the nature of this negative cycle is. Now, the illusion could be what another person or a situation is telling you, and the illusion could be within your own self too, that, oh, well, this will work out because I'm only going to focus on the most beautiful positive of it. I think that's coming to an end here. At least you have an opportunity to leave it behind you once and for all. And the Star card here is a card of having hope and trust that the path you're on is the right one. It's a card that's rooted in faith. It requires faith to know that the path that you're on is the right one. Devote yourself to it completely and trust that God, Spirit, your angels and guides are going to be there to help you along the way, because this path actually leads to your joy and fulfillment and away from this negative cycle of this roller coaster of, not enough, of a lack of real balance in your life. Because the Six of Coins is it's not balanced. The devil is not balanced. So you have the opportunity to leave this behind here, to, I think, put the last steps in place and enact the last part of the plan, so that you close this cycle out for good and move on into some beautiful new other path, a new journey here. Because after the world is a fool, there's a new journey ahead of you, if you choose to finalize this, to actually go through the graduation process, whatever that is for you. Any final advice or guidance for Scorpio? I'm not going to clarify the King of Wands in a general reading, because court cards could be anybody. They could be a maid, a boss, a friend. It looks like they're part of the central part of whatever the negative cycle is. You know, the merry-go-round, up and down and up and down, and it's time to get off the ride, right? The Five of Swords, a hard-won victory. It represents winning at all costs, but it also represents that winning means that you may have to separate yourself from people, leaving people, places, and situations behind, and it's not easy to do, but it's worth it. Ten of Wands, another card of ending, a heavy burden, a heavy cycle coming to an end, and then the Six of Wands, victory and triumph and success after a battle, after a challenge, which again kind of implies, Scorpio, that whatever, it feels like you had some kind of tower card thing happen in your past. And it could be the recent past, or, you know, a couple of years ago. It feels like you've been working ever since then to kind of put the pieces back together again. And here you have an opportunity to really start a new life and a new path, if you have the strength and the courage and the wisdom to complete those last final steps in order to do it. All right, Scorpio. Kind of similar to Cancer's, only a little bit less intense. All right, Scorpio, those are your messages for the first 2 weeks of August 2021. I hope you found them helpful. Again, feel free to email me directly if you'd like to reach out for a reading for yourself or for someone else. Maggie, the number 1 McGuire @gmail.com. You can also see that by clicking on the description link below. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the mid-month August readings. Stay safe and well until then, and be blessed. Bye-bye.